I hear that you want to start learning the pull-up. Well, good thing you're here because in today's video, I'll be taking you through the steps to get your first pull-up. So, leave a like on this video and let's get into it. But before we can start training for the pull-up, you got to be able to at least hang on the pull-up bar for at least 30 seconds so your grip strength isn't the weakest link. But since we got that out the way, let's go ahead and start learning a pull-up. So, step one. This step, you are building up the strength at the very beginning of the pull-up. And this step comes with two parts. The first being starting with the very beginning of a pull-up and building that strength up, starting with scapula pull-ups. And without these, you can't start your pull-up. So to do these, you're going to hang on the pull-up bar and you're going to relax all the way into a dead hang, completely relaxed dead hang. And then think about pulling your shoulders down and back. And then that is a scapular pull-up. And you're just going to do these 4 reps. And part 2 is building up your pulling strength with Australian rows. And Australian rows are very scalable, meaning you can go more upright to not use as much weight, or you can go further down and even put your feet up on something to use more of your body weight and have to use more strength. But these will be used throughout your entire pull-up journey because they are such a great horizontal pull exercise. So I recommend doing these exercises for at least 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps as often as you possibly can, because the more you do an exercise, the better you get at it and the more used to the movement patterns you get. So let's move on to the next step. So on this step, we will start incorporating a pull-up variation, and that one variation is the pull-up negative. And the pull-up negative is a great exercise, especially for beginners, learning the pull-up movement patterns while you're in your strongest positions, because on the eccentric, which is this lowering phase, you are the strongest you possibly can be. And the way you do a pull-up negative is you find a way to get up to the top. Doesn't matter if you jump or use a stool, but jump, and you really want to hold it at the top for as long as you can. But you just slowly lower down. And a cue I want to give y'all is think about constantly pulling the entire time. But even though you're dropping, you're trying to pull. So you're going to hang at a spot for as long as you possibly can if you constantly pull. But I recommend adding pull-up negatives in with the other 2 exercises that I mentioned on step 1, and still do them as often as you possibly can to get used to them. But let's keep on moving. So this step, we're going to be adding yet another pull-up variation, and that is going to be with banded pull-ups. And banded pull-ups are best because you get to start developing your strength specifically for pull-ups while using a band, which offers assistance so you don't have to use or pull your entire body weight. And these are great because you can go from your heaviest band to your lightest, to your medium band, and then to your lightest band. And I recommend mastering each difficulty of band. So start with your heaviest band, then go to your next lightest, and then master your lightest band. And to master a band, you want to get 6 to 8 reps of pull-ups before you move on to the next one. And how to do a banded pull-up is you pull down your band and put your foot in it. You can either do 2 or 1 foot. I only use 1, but just do 1 or 2, whichever you want. And then you hang on to the pull-up bar. And then to initiate your pull-up, you do a scapular pull-up, bang, and then you just pull your elbows down. Boom. And that is how you do a banded pull-up. And I recommend doing these for 3 sets to failure with 3 to 5 minute rest in between each set. And add these in to the front of the exercises that I've given you in the past 2 steps, so you get the most out of these, build the most strength with these, because if you put them at the back, you'll be weak whenever you get to these. So put them at the front and let's keep on rolling. So after you mastered your lightest band you possibly have, you're probably wondering, well, is it time to attempt a real pull-up? And the answer is yes. So go ahead and hop on that pull-up bar, and you're going to go for your first ever real pull-up. So let's go. There you go. You just completed your first pull-up. But you must be saying, how do you further train your pull-up reps? And I got the answer right here. So you're going to basically do the same workout you've been doing, but instead of banded pull-ups, you're going to do regular pull-ups. And you're going to do the regular pull-ups for 3 sets to failure with the 3 to 5 minutes. And then after that, you're going to do banded pull-ups for 3 sets of 8 reps. And then you're going to do the rest of the exercises just like you were doing, and keep progressing your Australian rows, because those are so beneficial to your horizontal pulling strength. And yeah, that is how you further increase your pull-up reps. And as long as you keep training the pull-up, you won't lose it, because it's hard to lose a skill that you are training. But if you don't train the pull-up for a lengthened period of time, depending on your skill level or strength level, you might lose it. So try to stick with them. So we have now built a 4 exercise pull-up workout for you to now get your very first pull-up. Those exercises included banded pull-ups, pull-up negatives, scapular pull-ups, and Australian rows. So do that as many days of the week as you can. And once you get your first pull-up, we have even created a pull-up workout for you to increase your pull-up reps past just 1 rep. And that included the pull-ups, the banded pull-ups, the pull-up negatives, and the Australian rows. So keep doing that to further increase your pull-up reps. And now you have no excuse to get your first pull-up. So go get started on learning your first pull-up. But before you go, please smash that subscribe button. And if you want to watch something else, watch this video right here of me maxing my weighted pull-up. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch y'all in the next one. God bless you.